And welcome back to my 1000 video special for rodney1279. It's time to play some Jeopardy for the Xbox 360. Now this was another assignment I had done before, but I ended up deleting the video by accident, so do it again. Same minimum guarantees as the previous time before I accidentally deleted the video. Third place minimum of 10,000, second place minimum of 15,000, first place minimum of 25,000. This is Jeopardy!
Please welcome our contestants. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivet.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round.
Jeopardy round.
Clues are worth $200 to $1,000.
And the categories for our first round of play today are
USA.
USA.
The old country.
The old country.
Inventors
and inventions.
Truman Capote.
Truman Capote.
The Tony Awards.
The Tony Awards
and I Sentence You. Player one,
and there's
you
one
start.
daily double up there as well. USA for 200.
The name of the ukulele means flea in the native language of this state, where it was introduced by the Portuguese. Yes, player two.
Hawaii.
Hey, you're right.
Yep, that's right.
All right, let's get back into this. Player two has control. The state nut of Alabama isn't your kooky cousin. It's this thin-shelled pie ingredient. It's player one.
Well, what is the pecan?
That's correct.
Yes. USA for 6.
Where do we? Caroling to the animals is a holiday tradition at the Lincoln Park Zoo in this Midwest city. Okay, player one.
Is Chicago.
Yes.
Alright. USA for 800.
Player one. Kid State song says, follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills. Here's the response we were looking for. Nevada.
Nevada. Okay, USA for 1,000.
Player one. Alphabetically, this southern state's counties run from Adams to Yazoo. The correct response is Mississippi.
Mississippi. Alright, let's go someplace else.
You get to pick again, player one.
Inventors and inventions for 2.
Walter Deemer with the Fleer Company invented the first commercially successful type of this chewing gum in 1928. Okay, player one.
What is bubble gum?
Right you are.
Inventors and inventions for 400.
You get to pick. In 1879, James A. Ritty invented this machine, and retailers have been ringing up sales ever since. Yes, player one.
What is a cash register?
Yeah.
Inventors,
player one.
inventions for
Back
6.
in 1798, this cotton gin inventor began using a system of interchangeable parts to make muskets for the U.S. government. Here's the response we were looking for. Eli Whitney.
Eli Whitney. Inventions 800.
Player one. In 1938, chemist Roy Plunkett invented polytetrafluoroethylene, a non-stick substance better known as this.
Wonder what that could possibly be. Player 3.
It's player 3.
Say what is Teflon?
Correct.
You are correct. You're on the board now, and you
Player
get to
3,
slap.
you start us off.
Tony Awards for 200.
The front of the Tony Award depicts these ancient twin emblems of comedy and tragedy. Okay, player one.
What are masks?
Yes.
Okay, inventions for
Player
1,000.
one, you start us. Martha Coston invented the Coston This, a device for signaling at sea in the 1850s.
Player 3.
It's player three.
Flare?
Right you are.
Yes. Tied with me now for the lead at 1800.
Player 3, you start us off.
Truman Capote for 200.
Capote was born Truman Streckfus Persons, September 30th, 1924, in this southern U.S. city. The correct response is New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay.
Select again.
Truman Capote for 4.
She's the lead character in Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I don't think I've seen that one, so I wouldn't know.
Here's what we were looking for. Holly Golightly.
Holly Golightly.
Please pick again, player 3.
Truman Capote for 6.
He won an Oscar for playing Truman in Capote.
Player
Player
2.
2.
Who is Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Right you are.
Yes, you're right. You do 800.
Where do we
Selection.
begin, player 2?
Truman Capote for 8.
Capote invites the world's greatest detectives to his house for a contest in this 1976 film spoof.
Getting some tough questions today.
Here's the correct response. Murder by death.
Murder by death was what we needed.
Player 2, choose again.
Truman Capote for 1,000.
Capote gained fame with this otherworldly 1948 novel about a teenager in a crumbling southern mansion.
Player 2.
Player 2,
Other voices.
that is correct.
Yes. We have a three-way tie now at 1,800.
Player 2, choose again.
Tony Awards for 400.
Don't cry for Mandy Patinkin. He won a 1980 Tony Award for this musical. Here's the correct response. Evita.
Evita.
Select again.
Tony Awards for 6.
Ian McKellen won a Tony in 1981 for playing this rival of Mozart in Amadeus. Let's hear it, player 1.
Who is Ludwig van Beethoven?
Sorry,
That is not correct.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Any one of those could have technically would have made sense.
Here's the correct response. Antonio Salieri.
Salieri.
Player 2, back to you.
I sentence you for 200.
It's used in abbreviations and initials, as well as to end sentences.
What is a period?
Yes, player 1. That's it.
There we go. I sentence you for 400.
All right, Burton Braley contradicted himself and wrote, "This is a word you mustn't end a sentence with." It's player 1.
What is a preposition?
You are correct.
Back to a three-way tie. I sentence you for 6.
You get to of I did it, did you do it, or do it. It's the imperative sentence.
Not sure.
Here's the correct response. Do it.
Do it. Oh, okay. 800. I sentence
You again. This type of sentence has multiple independent clauses and no dependent clauses. Here's the response we were looking for. Compound.
A compound sentence. Okay.
Layer 1. The name of this punctuation mark comes from a Greek word meaning piece cut off. Yes, player 1?
What is a semicolon?
Oh,
No.
that's incorrect. right.
Down to 800.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 3.
A colon? No. It's the comma.
Anyone else? It's player 2. Right. Player 2, where do we start?
20 words for 800. The answer there is the Daily Double.
Answer? The Daily Double.
Alright.
You
How
are
much do you want to risk?
place.
1,400. You'll go up to 4,200 if you're right.
Here is your
Here's
clue.
the clue.
From 1997 to 2010, the Tony Award ceremony was held at this nearly 6,000-seat hall.
Carnegie Hall.
Even so, you are still in the lead. Here's what we wanted. Radio City
Music Hall.
You get to pick again, player 2.
Old Country for 2.
Let's get Sarah's assistance on this clue.
Shown here on the upper right, it changed its name in 1935.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Iran.
Yep.
Yes.
Player 3, where do we start?
Old Country for 4.
It was Siam until 1939. Okay, player 3.
It is Thailand.
Yes!
Yes.
We return to you, player 3.
Old Country for 6.
Until 1972, it was Ceylon. Player 3.
Sri Lanka.
That's it.
Yes. And you're now in the lead with 2,000.
Player 3, back to you for our next selection. It was the Khmer Republic from 1970 until 1975. It's player 3.
Cambodia.
Correct.
Yep.
We return to you, player 3.
Old Country for 1,000.
Until 1975, it was the Malagasy Republic. Here's the correct response. Madagascar.
Madagascar. Alright, last
Here's
clue.
the $1,000 clue for you. She's the dynamic actress-producer for whom the Tony Awards were named. Here's the correct response. Antoinette Perry.
Antoinette Perry is who we
Player
were
1, you're going first in the Double Jeopardy round when we return.
Alright, let's take our break, shall we? Double Jeopardy coming up.